Hey, nice to see you. I'm Smashin'. Welcome to my quick anniversary compilation video. The big topics were the Freddy Rework, Ghostface, and the archives. And some other smaller stuff, but also important. Okay, let's begin with the smaller stuff. Another double Blood Points event on June the 14th until the 18th. Dead by Daylight gets released to the Switch on September the 24th, and also sometime later on mobile. Yeah, don't you guys have phones? So finally we can have some fun on our phones. Okay, so those two releases will be after chapter 13 and Ghostface will be chapter 12. So it's still a little bit of time left until then. They also want to rework the rank system in a meaningful way. Their idea in the moment is, for example, to measure the same killer with other same killers. For example, trappers with trapper performance. So if you perform good on your trapper and everyone else is kinda shit on the trapper, you will have a good rank in this new system. But yeah, this new system comes out after chapter 14. And chapter 14 will be released in December or something. So yeah, if you are waiting for rank rework, goodbye. Until next year, they only want to release 2 new maps. So we get 1 new map with chapter 13 and then 1 new map with chapter 15. So chapter 15 will be next year. But we get 2 map reworks, and the first map they wanna rework is Badham Preschool with the Freddy Rework. So it seems like we don't get a new map with Ghostface. And also what is up in my mind right now is they didn't mention any kind of survivor with Ghostface. And I think if they wanted to release a survivor with Ghostface, they would have told us. So that's really sad, in my opinion. But if you think about it, it gets a little bit clearer why they don't have another survivor. They only bought the license for the mask and nothing else. The whole character around the mask is from them. So if they really wanted to introduce Sydney, for example, they had to buy her as well. And they only bought the mask. They want to improve their art on maps, and also they want to bring us more gameplay updates to maps. They were talking about adding more tiles to maps we never saw before. So even veteran players like me with 2000, or maybe like Clyde with 6000 hours, have to relearn tiles. Well, not relearn, but there will be new ones. For chapter 13 they want to improve the matchmaking, so the wait times are improved and also the span of the ranks. And they finally want to give us an interface for friends in the game, so we can finally REQUEUE with our friends. Okay, those are all the small stuff they want to introduce into the game. Okay, now I will try to tell you about the Freddy Rework. The Freddy Rework will be released after Ghostface, so in the mid-chapter patch of chapter 12 we will see the rework. If you as a survivor are still awake, Freddy will be invisible to you outside of his terror radius. If you are inside of his terror radius, he will phase in and out of existence, and then if he's really near to you, he will be completely visible. If you are still awake, you will just normally hear his terror radius, and if you are asleep, you will hear his lullaby. Survivors fall asleep after 60 seconds in the game. Freddy doesn't have to do shit to make them asleep, but you can also hit awake survivors. They want to change the dream world to make it a little bit easier on the eyes, but it will definitely stay. And then, if you want to wake yourself up, there are additional objects in the game where you can wake yourself up. So, in addition to other survivors waking you up, or failing a skill check, you can go to those objects and wake yourself up. So, for example, at the end game, if every survivor was asleep and no generator is left to do a skill check on, you now will have those objects to get yourself out of sleep. Okay, this was all passive stuff. So now let's talk about his power, his ability. Freddy can create fake pellets. So he has to aim his ability where pellets could spawn, and then he creates a fake pellet on that location. Survivors in the dream world will see those fake pellets, and if they should use those pellets, they will burst into blood and just go away immediately, of course. Yeah, it would be better if the survivor bursts into blood, but whatever. Okay, this was the first thing his power can do. The second one is he can place dream snares onto the ground, and after 2 seconds, if a survivor dares to go over it, they will get slowed, and just like with the clown, it has a lingering effect onto you, so you're still slowed even after you are not on it anymore for a short duration. And then his third ability, and maybe most awesome thing to his power now, is he can teleport to any generator on the map. It takes him 5 seconds to charge this ability up, and then he will appear at that generator. Yeah, if he would just be there, like the spirit for example, that would be a little bit overpowered. So if he charges this ability for 5 seconds, the generator will spill blood all over the place for that duration. So it's not like you don't know that he will be there soon. And yeah, that's all the info we got about Freddy. But they also announced another dev stream for next week, and they will talk about Freddy in that. Okay, now let's talk about Ghostface. He is an awesome killer who wants to stalk his prey. At the start of the game, he has no terror radius, and he has 115% movement speed. He will come to the PDB on June the 4th, so next week, and then after 2 weeks he will be released, so June the 18th. His power is called Night Shroud. With this ability he can crouch and lose his red stain. He can lean and peek around corners to stalk people without them noticing him, so he has a better chance of stalking them. After 4 seconds of stalking his prey, the survivor gets exposed for 20 seconds. While a survivor is exposed, you can insta-down them, of course, but the survivor has a chance. He has to look at Ghostface while he channels his power. If he manages to look at Ghostface for 1 second, Ghostface ability will be cancelled and you don't get exposed. Also, if you expose him like that, his normal 32 meter terror radius will come back. His first perk is called I'm All Ears. If a survivor does a rushed action like vaulting a window in a sprint or getting into a locker or coming out of a locker in a sprint, this survivor's aura will be shown to the killer for a specific duration, and then it has a cooldown. Thrilling Tremors is his second perk. When you pick up a survivor from the ground or from a generator, all generators that are not currently worked on will be blocked by the entity for 16 seconds. This perk also has a cooldown. And then his last perk is called Furtive Chase. It's an obsession perk. With this perk, you want to gain tokens. You gain tokens by hooking your obsession. If a survivor unhooks the obsession, they will become the new obsession. For every token on this perk, you will reduce your terror radius by 4 in a chase. So at max tokens, 4 tokens, you can reduce your terror radius in a chase by 16 meters. Okay, let's talk about the archives. It will be released after chapter 13 in the mid-chapter patch. In the archives you can complete goals and challenges and quests to get rewards. Some of the rewards will be story, some will be cutscenes, some will be charms, little cosmetic pieces, and for every archive season called Rifts, there will be one complete cosmetic for free if you complete the challenge for that season. And there will be one more cosmetic, but you will only obtain that cosmetic if you pay for that season. So a little bit like the battle pass that everyone is freaking out. Okay, I think that's it. I never did a video like this one before, so I'm still a rookie in this regard. I still wanted to try it because Dead by Daylight is my favorite game since forever. So I hope you still liked it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something if you didn't watch the live stream. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos made by me. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.